non-clinical study reports. So non-clinical study reports is generally a very like it is a large document which is between 5 to 300 pages or 3,000 pages. Okay, it contains, so depending upon that what type of study it is, this document is compiled and made. Okay, so it is prepared for marketing approval applications and INDs. It contains the summary of non-clinical findings, but agencies may request study reports during the review process. Okay, so 20 to 50 or more reports can be prepared for a first in human clinical trial, because whichever studies are conducted during this clinical trial, preclinical studies, so for each of the studies, like for reproductive studies, there will be a separate report. For subacute toxicity studies, there will be a separate report. For chronic studies, there will be a separate report. So these reports can be 5 to 300 pages long and contain early pharmacology work and complex toxicity studies which are conducted following the GLP guidelines. Okay, so that is the non-clinical study report. The non-clinical, and what are the other non-clinical documents and reports which are submitted? That is in vitro and ex vivo pharmacokinetic evaluations with human biomaterials. So in case if any pharmacokinetic evaluations which are done by using the human biomaterials, so the report of those studies are also compiled and they are submitted. Then method validation and bioanalytical reports. So any bioanalytical reports or any validation which is done conducting the bioanalytical studies for bioequivalence and for finding out the bioavailability. So those reports are also submitted, and summary of the data which is available on the compound related to the compound. So that is also submitted. And special protocol assessment, SPA, a special request for the FDA's feedback on the carcinogenicity study protocol. It contains a draft protocol and integrated summary of non-clinical and clinical data and justification for the selected doses and other critical design features. So then a special request for the FDA feedback can be taken on the carcinogenicity study protocol. Okay, so for conducting the carcinogenicity studies, there is a specific protocol which is made, because these studies can be harmful on animals when they are conducted. So for that, there is a special protocol which is made by the study director of the preclinical studies. Okay, and then the feedback is required on the protocol, and it also provides integrated summary of the clinical and non-clinical data for the other studies which are conducted, and also what is the select dose, what is the dose, because generally when the carcinogenicity studies are conducted, so the dose of the drug is slightly higher than the dose which is used for other studies. Okay, so the data, also justification for the selected doses, that why this dose is being selected, that is being discussed. Okay, then in the pediatric study plan, also pediatric study plan, or it is also known as pediatric investigational plan. So this pediatric study plan or pediatric investigational plan is required to be submitted when the pediatric studies are to be conducted. In case if pediatric studies are not conducted, then this pediatric investigational plan is not required to be submitted. So in that pediatric study plan also, the summary of the non-clinical findings along with the summary of the non-clinical strategy to support the pediatric use, like from the non-clinical findings when the study is done on the juvenile animals. So what are the non-clinical findings, and the summary of the non-clinical strategy to support the pediatric use is given. Then risk management plans. So summaries of either overall non-clinical findings or safety related findings are provided. Okay, so like in the risk management plan also, so when we will discuss in detail about the risk management plan, then you will understand that in the risk management plan also there is a section about the non-clinical findings, like how these non-clinical, like what are the non-clinical findings. So each and every report which is made after the non-clinical studies are conducted, whether it is a investigator's brochure, whether it is a risk management plan, whether it is a PIP, that is pediatric investigational plan, in all these reports or documents, there is a section of there is a section of non-clinical studies. Okay, so that section is required to be submitted. Then a safety update report. So drug safety update reports in the aggregate reports, also in IND annual reports. Okay, so in that reports also, in those reports also, the data which is obtained from the non-clinical studies, it is included. Okay, so data which is included from the, or which is obtained from the non-clinical studies, what are the significant findings, what are the species which are tested, are detailed, a summarized report in a particular section. It is given in all kinds of reports, all different kinds of reports which are made after the non-clinical studies are conducted.